Millions of American seniors are walking away from billions of dollars in real money every single year. And I do not mean a handout or charity or anything you have to feel funny about. I mean actual benefits, credits, and payments you have already earned that the government has already budgeted with your name on it. The only reason you do not have this money in your bank account right now is that nobody ever handed you the list and told you how to go collect it. Today, I have put together that full list of 15 separate pots of money you can claim right now in 2026. If you are anywhere between 60 and 90 years old, you need to listen very closely to these first 5 minutes, because what I am about to reveal in this opening section can instantly add over $200 a month back into your pocket and hand you a massive tax break you probably missed. This is not small change, and the system is built to collect from you automatically, but it never pays you back automatically. So let us get straight into the biggest monthly cash injection available, which is Supplemental Security Income, or SS. If your income in retirement is modest, this is a monthly payment that can run up to $994 a month for a single person. Let me repeat that because huge numbers of people who qualify for nearly $1,000 a month never get it for one simple reason. They decided on their own without ever applying that they must earn too much or own too much to qualify. But the rules are much broader than people think once you turn 65, and the only way to know is to apply. Never decide for yourself that you do not qualify, because the worst that happens is they say no, and the best is close to an extra $1,000 a month you never knew was yours. Now listen carefully to this second one, because this is the exact spot where widows and widowers leave money on the table constantly. I am talking about Social Security, spousal, and survivor benefits. If your husband or wife has passed away, you may be entitled to a survivor benefit based on their higher earnings record, and you can start drawing it as early as age 60. If you are divorced but your marriage lasted 10 years or more, you may be able to claim a pension check based on your ex-spouse's record without them ever knowing. It takes absolutely nothing away from them, and they will never be notified by the government. And if your own current benefit is smaller than half of your spouse's, you may be owed a spousal top-up check right now. Social Security will not always volunteer this information when you walk in, so you have to know to ask for it by name. Do not assume the check you are getting right now is the biggest one you are entitled to. This leads us directly into another massive cash saver, which is food assistance, now known as SNAP. I know some people tighten up at the word food stamps, but for seniors the rules are completely different and far more generous. Once you are 60 or older, the income limits are higher, and you are allowed to deduct your out-of-pocket medical costs and your housing costs before they even calculate your income. This single rule pulls millions of seniors who assume they earn too much right back into qualifying for a couple $100s a month in groceries. That is money that immediately frees up the rest of your cash for everything else. But the single most valuable item on this entire list is the Medicare Savings Programs, or MSP. Listen closely, because this is real money that hits your account every single month. Every month, the government takes a standard premium for Medicare Part B straight out of your Social Security check before you ever see it. In 2026, that premium has climbed to over $200 a month, which means more than $2,400 a year is being drained from your retirement. Under this program, the state does not just stop that deduction and put that $200 back into your monthly check, but under the top level called QMB, the state also covers your Medicare deductibles and copays, which can be worth thousands more in medical bills. The income limits for this program are higher than almost anyone assumes, and there are several different tiers of assistance. If there is only one thing you act on this week for yourself or for an older parent, make it the Medicare Savings Programs, because it increases your monthly income instantly. To unlock all of these benefits, there is a master switch that you must turn on, and that is filing a tax return every single year. Even if you think your income is too low to bother filing, that piece of paper is what places you on the map for the IRS. The day you turn 65, the IRS gives you a bigger standard deduction than everyone else, which is an extra $2,000 of income for a single person that the government simply cannot tax. If you are married and both 65, you each get your own extra deduction stacked right on top of the regular amount. Lower income seniors can also claim the credit for the elderly or the disabled on Form Schedule R, which comes straight off any tax you owe dollar for dollar. You do not have to figure out this paperwork alone, because programs like VITA and AARP TaxAid will prepare and file your return completely free of charge. When you are married and file your taxes together, the financial moves multiply significantly. Couples routinely leave thousands of dollars a year on the table simply because they file as though they were two strangers instead of a team. You can strategically time when each of you claims Social Security so that the higher earner's check grows as large as possible, which later becomes a much bigger survivor benefit for the remaining spouse. You can also shift which spouse claims certain heavy medical deductions to maximize the amount of money you get back in your tax refund. Speaking of medical costs, seniors spend more on healthcare than almost any other segment of the population. A massive share of those out-of-pocket costs can come right off your taxable income if you know how to itemize them. This includes your prescriptions, dental work, dental implants, glasses, hearing aids, mobility devices, and long-term care insurance premiums. Even the miles you drive to and from your medical treatments can be counted. If you have a heavy medical year, these deductions can be worth more than any single cash check we have talked about, so stop throwing your receipts in the trash. For your medications specifically, there is a federal program run through Social Security called Extra Help. This program dramatically cuts what you pay for your prescription drugs under Medicare. Part D, for seniors who qualify it, knocks your prescription costs down to just a few dollars per drug and completely wipes out the monthly premium and deductible on your drug plan. If you have ever stood at a pharmacy counter and had to put a critical medication back because the copay was too high, this program was built for that exact moment. Beyond healthcare, your actual home is a major source of unclaimed senior money. If you own your home, you need to look into senior property tax relief because most states offer incredible protections that go completely unclaimed. This includes a homestead exemption that lowers the taxable value of your home or an assessment freeze that stops your property tax bill from climbing as you age. Some states even offer a deferral program that allows you to postpone paying the property tax entirely until the home is eventually sold later in life. On a fixed income, this simple step can be the absolute difference between keeping your home and being taxed out of it. You can also get direct help paying your regular monthly utility bills through a federal program called LIHEAP. This is federal money distributed through your specific state that helps pay your heating bill in the winter and your cooling bill in the summer. For an older person living in an extreme climate, proper climate control is a matter of basic health and safety. Every single year, a large share of this utility money goes completely unspent and sits in the system simply because the people it was meant for never filed the form. On top of that, you should call your phone, internet, and utility providers directly to ask about their senior discount rates. There is a federal program called Lifeline that provides a permanent monthly discount on your phone or internet bill. Most major gas and electric companies also have their own low-income senior rates that they keep very quiet about. A few quick phone calls asking if they have a discount program for seniors can instantly shave real money off your bills every single month. We also need to address the reality of long-term care, which can easily cost $8,000 to $10,000 a month for an assisted living facility or nursing home. Most seniors assume that Medicaid is only for people who have absolutely nothing, so they never look into it. But the rules for Medicaid senior long-term care and in-home aid reach far higher up the income ladder than people realize. The law includes special protections so that a healthy spouse living at home is not left penniless or without a house when their partner needs care. Do not write off Medicaid assistance before having a professional who understands the specific senior rules actually evaluate your financial numbers. To navigate this whole system without spending a dime, you need to utilize the free expert help that exists solely for seniors. For any questions regarding Medicare, you should contact your state's SHIP program, which provides free unbiased counseling. For everything else, from housing assistance to local meal delivery, your local area agency on aging is a single phone call away. You can also dial 211 from any phone to be connected with community specialists who can identify emergency utility and food funds right in your neighborhood. Every single valuable thing on this list requires you to take action because the system will never hand it to you automatically. The seniors who reach the end of the year with more money in the bank are not luckier than you, and they did not earn a dollar more. They simply knew the list, and they asked for what was theirs. Take 5 specific actions this week to turn this list into actual cash in your account. File your most recent tax return, call your state aging office to apply for the Medicare savings programs, and check your record with Social Security Apply for the Extra Help prescription program, and search your county website for senior property tax exemptions. Not a single dollar on this list is a favor or a handout. It is money set aside for you by a system you paid into your entire working life. Now that you have the list, go and claim what is rightfully yours.